TitleMatchNetwork.com.
What are your thoughts on the interview segment you did with Bill Demott?
Let me think here. What, refresh my memory here.
I think he got on you. I think he might have been against you a little bit.
Oh, probably. You know what? During those interviews, I haven't looked at some of them, but I remember when I got on those shows, I was ready to take on. I was like, well, I've been married to Steve Austin. I think I can take on anybody.
Right.
Arguing, oh yeah, I can stand my ground. Because you know what happened to me, I believed in this cause that I was standing up for.
Let's talk about Test. I'm just looking at different questions here.
Sure.
And one of my questions was regarding him. And how surprised were you about his death?
Oh, that was another one I cried because I knew him for over a year. I mean, I traveled, every day with Val Venus and Tess, and no, it was really made me sad.
Would you ever want to write a book?
That's a good thing too.
Right.
I don't know what you would call it though. Soap opera. I don't know what between the NFL and the wrestling. I don't know what you would call it.
What are your thoughts on the Hulk Hogan family mess with his divorce?
I hate that. I just hate only because they've been together for so long through all this crazy wrestling and then the TV show. And if there's some kind of happens when you have a reality TV show, it usually makes the marriage fall apart.
Do you think there's a lot of domestic abuse in pro wrestling?
I would say there's probably no more than any other field, any other business. I think maybe it's a little bit. No, I think it's because, a lot of people would have never known what was going on with Steve Austin and myself until I made that phone call. And there's a lot of wives that will never make that phone call.
What do you want to, I guess, as far as personally want to see get changed in the business? Is there anything that you think should get changed in the business?
No, I think I'm really proud of the way things are changing now. And, especially they're offering to help people that have
drug problems.
Yeah. And I'm really happy with that because I do think a lot of guys, they have a hard time after the business.
Right. Who would you consider as far as being the one person that had the biggest influence on you in the business? Who would that be? Would it be your first husband? Or would it be one of the girls?
I would have to say Steve McMichael. Because he would coach me, okay, now Debra, okay, you need to say it like this and do, he was really, he was not jealous. He was real helpful. And he was so smart with interviews. He's been doing that since he was a teenager from college.
Right. What have you been doing, to make a living since you left wrestling?
Well, I invested my money really well. And you would think I'm a big spender, but I'm really not a big spender. And, I moved to Colorado for a few years. I wanted to try living up there. I was pretty brave. I just moved up there.
Huh.
And I never got remarried. Don't have a boyfriend.
Right.
So, fans, any cute guys, I'm single. But yeah, I just did a lot of theater stuff and then worked with Safe House, to speak with schools and that's fun to do. And I just got through working on a movie, The Gathering of the Heroes. That was really hard.
Is that going to be in theaters or is it straight to DVD?
I think it's going to go probably as independent.
Okay.
But who knows, The Wrestler was independent and it's it's a sci-fi kind of movie.
Right.
Lord of the Rings, medieval, and we have these special powers with swords and so you never say, yeah.
What do you miss most about being in the business?
I miss the crowds.
Right.
I miss the fan noise. Because, you can be on camera like this or wherever, on making the movie, but you don't have the fans to hear. And I'm theater trained, so from Lee Strasberg. So I'm like, I love to be on stage and I love to make eye contact with the fans when I'm on stage because I want them to bring them out of their, because they're all there to escape from the real world for, an hour, 2 hours or whatever.
Right.
So if I can connect with them and make them into my character, bring them into what I'm doing on stage so they can have a really good time and let them not think about the real world, then that's what I like to do.
Any regrets looking back at your career?
No. Wouldn't have changed at all. No matter all that drama a few years, no. No, I believe things happen for a reason and I'm such a different woman now than what I was back then, and I've learned from mistakes and good things and bad things, and it makes me a richer person personally.
I guess looking back, is there anybody that you enjoyed watching in the ring perform?
Ric Flair.
Flair.
Oh my gosh, he's yeah.
Right.
And Steve Austin. I will say he is, it was just amazing to watch him work.
Did he get along pretty good with The Rock outside the
yeah.
ring? Was there any jealousy? Because, did you ever see any of the jealousy between the guys for the top spot, with Vince and politicking?
Well, I think when you get to that level, to Steve and The Rock's level, I think neither one of them can mess with each other.
Right.
Because you're like you're at the top.
Right. I guess that's pretty much it. Is there anything you want to say to your fans that you never had a chance to say, until this point in time? Or plug a website or anything?
No, I'm just going to tell my fans that you can go to officially Debra on MySpace or Debra Marshall on the Facebook. And then I'm still doing that movement for TNA to hire Debra. I think maybe they should make me like part owner of TNA. I think that would be a good storyline.